Google just locked in 200 megawatts of star power from the world's first grid-connected fusion plant. Can Commonwealth Fusion tame 100 million Celsius plasma by 2030? Imagine unlimited, clean energy at our fingertips. Stay tuned to see if this groundbreaking technology is closer than you think.
Gary, thing number one, Google's landmark fusion energy deal. Tell us what we need to know.
So, Rob, the key thing here is this is a deal to purchase potential power. And the reason we need to add that clarifier is, as of now, there is no commercially viable option for fusion energy. Right now, the only real use of fusion on this planet so far has been in nuclear weapons. They are more powerful than the original fission bombs that were actually used during World War II. And, the nuclear plants that we're all used to seeing, the big one, like, we all saw in The Simpsons with the big cooling tower like that, those are fission reactors. That technology has been made very safe. We've talked about the Gen 4 reactors many times on the show, and I think it's going to be the future of energy for the United States and for the world. What Google has done is they've made an agreement with Commonwealth Fusion to purchase 200 megawatts of electricity from a future fusion power plant. So again, this technology is not commercially viable today. I have been following this kind of power and cold fusion and things like that for decades, and there are people who are saying that this could be viable, a non-explosive power source within the next 5 to 10 years. There are other people who are saying, maybe we're 30 years away. Now, I don't know. I don't know that anybody really has an answer on that. But the key thing is this power source is about 4 times more efficient than current uranium fission reactors. And so that itself is just a completely, it's an order of magnitude greater than the coal and natural gas and oil that we've typically been using for energy. So the potential here is enormous. It's just not something that's available yet. But Commonwealth Fusion does think that this is something they could have working sometime early to mid next decade. So it's not really that far away. I'm going to read something. I'm going to credit the interns on this one. This is phenomenal writing here. From the written version, creating a controlled, sustainable fusion reaction is difficult. Scientists claim it's essentially like making a star on Earth, requiring light atoms to be heated to over 100 million degrees Celsius so they can fuse into heavier atoms, which release energy. For those of you in the United States watching this, Celsius is just scientific speak. Don't worry. I have not gone over and become European. We still use Fahrenheit at Deep Knowledge Investing, but either way, 100 million degrees, no matter how you're counting it, is a big number.
Yeah, that seems like a lot, no matter what the conversion rate might be. Gary, with these fusion reactors, I'm curious on a couple things. One, what fuel do they use? And then two, I know DKI obviously heavily bullish on uranium, have positions in the uranium market. I mean, does that impact that at all? Sounds like it's going to be a little bit more long-term, but also 5 to 10 years, not a long time, and that happens fast.
Yeah, that's a good question, Rob. So here's the thing. The fusion reactors do not use uranium, which is used for the fission reactors, which is what we have now. The fusion reactors use a hydrogen isotope or different hydrogen isotopes as fuel. So that is different, but here's the thing. Google's predicting 5 to 10 years. Other researchers are saying 30 years for fusion. And remember something, even if it is 5 to 10 years, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden we get to 5, 10 years out and that infrastructure just exists. It will take decades to build out commercially viable fusion reactors. In the meantime, we expect there to be a severe shortage of uranium in the next 2 to 3 years. So no matter what happens with fusion, we are looking at a situation where there's going to be a uranium supply crunch, just a lack of supply. And by the way, there's been an imbalance between supply and demand in uranium for years, but by our estimates, we think there's maybe 2 years of excess supply left. So the point of all this is we are definitely cheering for fusion to work. It's good for the human race. It's a phenomenal energy source. Great if we can do it with hydrogen isotopes. But even if it comes sooner rather than later, it's not going to come soon enough to prevent a shortage of uranium. We are still hugely long and very bullish on uranium.
Great stuff. Sounds like a win-win there, Gary. And we'll obviously keep you in tune with developments with Google's new reactor, or not reactor. What would be the right term for these, Gary? Reactor?
A new, well, it would be a reactor, but a new commercial energy source. It would be a fusion energy, which would come from a reactor, but it would be unlike any energy source being used today, or rather, let me rephrase that, any controlled energy source being safely used today.
Right.